All right, boys. Well, we have less than a week now left in the regular season of Major League Baseball. And unfortunately, there's basically 3 spots for 4 teams in the American League, if you don't include the Mariners and the Yankees, who essentially have things wrapped up. And 2 of those teams are the Astros and the Red Sox. So unfortunately, one of the teams that I dislike the most and would prefer never make the postseason again is going to make the postseason, it looks like. But there's a lot happening in both leagues. We kind of teased last time the Mets, falling out, and yes, they have actually fallen out of a playoff spot.
So crazy.
But also at the same time, Cleveland Matt, his Gardos, are a game out and facing. Right, they're playing. Yes, the Detroit Tigers right now, and they're
who are
losing
also in a free fall.
Yes, right.
I mean, they'll still make the playoffs most likely, but they've been playing horribly for a while.
The Tigers are one of those 4 teams, so it's Cleveland, Detroit, Boston, and Houston. Of those 4 teams, only 3 can make it.
They're going to be either tied or out of a wild card spot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah! Holy shit!
Because the 2 seed right now is the Mariners.
Yeah.
And the 1 seed is
I'm looking at it now. Okay. Wow. Okay, wild. Well,
I think I would prefer letting the Red Sox in and then just letting them shit the bed in the playoffs versus letting the Astros awaken any of their.
I don't know. The Red Sox destroyed us this year.
It's funny. It's an interesting question for me. I think I'd rather the Red Sox make the playoffs than the Astros. If you had told me that when we were teenagers, I would have never believed it. But I really hate the Astros
the Astros weren't even in the same league.
Well, right, exactly. But even if, whenever they came back to the AL, if you had told me that would happen someday, I wouldn't have believed you. But I hate the Astros now, and I hate fucking Jose Altuve.
Who do you hate more, right? There's Corin Bregman, or there's Altuve, or don't forget AJ fucking Hinch is the the Tigers manager.
That's true.
I wouldn't mind seeing him fail spectacularly.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I don't mind Hinch because he got punished.
Yeah, he got punished. So he doesn't bother me as much. But Matt, that's a good point. Bregman is on the Sox. I hate the Sox, and I hate Bregman too. I mean, Bregman is he was one of the ringleaders of the whole thing, wasn't he? I think the reason I think my hatred for Altuve is stronger because Altuve had
Correa's back on the Stros too, so fuck them because he was
part
of the.
That's right.
He was part of the whole debacle too.
Exactly, but with Altuve, he had this whole narrative of he's 5'6" and he's having fun and he smiles and everybody loves Jose Altuve and blah 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 blah, and then all of this shit, and I'm just like, fuck this guy, what a poser. So, but I don't know. I just want the Mariners to win the West. I want somebody, not the Astros, to win the West. That would be really nice.
They're up 3 games. They're in a comfortable spot.
They're in good shape. Yeah.
But the better the Mariners do, the more it fuels the, may I add, incorrect narrative that Cal Raleigh should win the MVP.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Such bullshit.
He's having a great season, but not better than Judge's.
No. Did you guys see the thing that went around where it's if you take 180 points of OPS off of Cal Raleigh, he becomes league average. If you take 180 points of OPS from Aaron Judge, he becomes Cal Raleigh. That's the difference here. Judge, as we know, as we've talked about, Judge is just on his own level. I mean, he's going to have an OPS plus above 200 for the 3rd time in 4 years. And I think the only other person in the modern era to do that is Bonds during the years where he broke baseball. Pretty sure. Regardless, Judge is just on a whole other level. The only reason that Raleigh wins, I think, if that happens, is the writers are just sick of voting for Judge, and they're just like, hey, it's a catcher who hit 50+ homers and his team won the division. We got to vote for him. Judge is better, but we can't give him another MVP. Like that's the only scenario I can see where Raleigh wins.
I mean, and I know. Okay, I'll say this now. Batting average doesn't matter, but I can't imagine like a MVP with a batting average lower than 250. I just can't.
It's hard for me too, and you know how I feel about batting average, but there is there's an optic to that that's like kind of troublesome. It's just like baked into our bones as baseball fans, you know? So like, yeah, the idea of looking at an MVP who's hitting 247 is like pretty weird, especially because Judge, in addition to everything he's doing, is probably going to win the fucking batting title. You know?
Well, and remember, think of this, Ethan, when you go back to your OPS and your OPS plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
OPS plus is park adjusted.
Mm-hmm.
So OPS plus punishes Judge for playing in Yankee Stadium and favors Cal Raleigh for playing in Seattle.
That's right.
And again, that's not to say that Cal Raleigh. I mean, it's phenomenal that he's doing what he's doing, but also when you look at his home and away splits, like it comes a little bit more apparent. But again, like the fact that Judge is that much further ahead just shouldn't be ignored. I just I don't know. I mean, from his value, right? He's almost 2 wins better. The odds makers have it about a dead heat with a slight advantage to Judge right now, and I don't think it should be that close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed.
I mean, it's kind of miraculous that it's even, gotten to this point. Just, we talk. I don't know if we've specifically talked about it on the podcast a lot, but I think we've, maybe read about it or seen it or maybe even agree with it to a certain extent. But, usually these things are pretty wrapped up, these awards these days. There's not, a lot of room for debate, and everything. And, for Raleigh to have, kind of closed that gap enough where we're slightly doubting, the chance for Judge to be a 3-time MVP, like, that just shows you how special of a season he's having, and everything. But yeah, I still don't understand how you don't vote for Judge. It just, what numbers are these?
There's a home and away splits. Or it's like, I just...
Well, in the one really interesting one that you probably want to look at too is, I don't know how you can do it like looking year to year, but I've heard that he's become a much better, what's his weak side, lefty, I'm guessing, left-handed hitter, than ever before. So that's a big reason for the jump. And we were all kind of talking about that like an episode or two ago, like, how's he make this big of a jump, and everything. And he's like gotten significantly better from the weak side of the plate.
Well, you know how he's doing that. He swings a torpedo bat from the left side of the plate. That's got to be it.
Yes. I didn't even know that until today, Matt. I didn't know that until earlier today. I was reading Jeff Passan, ESPN, did his like yearly awards or whatever, and one of the awards is like the award that makes a lot of noise but is meaningless, type thing. And it was the torpedo bats, and he was like, a potential MVP, candidate, uses it, and I was like, oh, Raleigh uses a torpedo bat? I had no idea, because I haven't heard anything since the first weekend when everyone wanted to ban them because the Yankees hit the 15 homers or whatever.
I know. Let me say one more thing on this comparison. I was just looking up some numbers. So between Judge and Raleigh. So, we already talked about like the OPS and the OPS plus and stuff. So, I've been using Baseball Savant a lot. I do like when I'm trying to really get a good image of a player, I do a combination of like Baseball Reference, Fangraphs, and Baseball Savant. They all measure things a little bit differently. And for those who don't know, I know you guys know, but Baseball Savant will show you like percentiles of a bunch of different things. But then there are also these kind of like hard numbers they'll give you, like batting run value, like their batting runs or whatever, right? And so Cal Raleigh, having an incredible year. He's in the 98th percentile for batting run value with 42. 42 batting runs there, which is amazing. I mean, that's a great year. Okay. Aaron Judge has 70, almost double. Like, and again, and that's just another way of kind of saying what we were saying about like the 180 points of OPS or the gap in OPS plus, Judge is at like 210 and Raleigh's at like 169 or something. Again, this is not to take away from Raleigh, but it's just to say that 70 batting runs versus 42 batting runs on Baseball Savant. Like, Judge is just he's like modern day Barry Bonds, but he's doing it clean. It's not the steroid era. Like, I mean, it's fucking bonkers what he does,
Now look at two. So I just pulled up one because high leverage situations, right? Judge's OPS is nearly 200 with a batting average of 320 in high leverage situations.
Wow.
Versus SOPS. What the heck? Oh, split level. Okay, so Cal Raleigh's actually got a higher split OPS, but his interesting. He hits more home runs in high leverage situations.
Okay.
But Aaron gets more hits. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Like, for Raleigh, that actually like makes me respect his season more. That his high leverage numbers are good. I mean,
Matt,
he's still not Judge, but
yeah, Matt. If you have a chance, go on Fangraphs and look at both of their WPAs. That's the number I would be interested in for their clutch stat.
And that's for those who are listening who don't know, that's win probability added. And that's a good call, Kyle. That's another nice one to look at.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of research on clutch, as these two know. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. While Matt is looking that up, should I talk about my beer?
Do it up.
I'm trying a different one from Bierstadt Lagerhaus over in Denver, who we know make really good German-style beers. And because 'tis the season, I decided to pick up some of their Oktoberfest the other day at the grocery store. And it's delicious. As I told these guys over text on our thread this week, it's really crazy to say it, but I'm kind of getting saturated with hazies. And I've actually been enjoying, I know Colin can't believe it. Colin, I'm just further along the beer journey than you are.
Yes.
Okay. My palate is just more experienced, more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that in a dickish way, but also I think I've just been drinking a lot of hazies longer. And so I think my palate just got tired of them. But I've been really into lagers and pilsners, and like this Oktoberfest is doing it for me. I've had some amber ales recently, obviously sours I'm still loving. I mean, I'll still drink a hazy. Like, I went to Weldworks this weekend. My partner and I happened to be in Greeley, so we stopped at Weldworks, and I had a few hazies. But that was also when I realized that I was like, these are good, but they're not doing it for me the way they used to. So, anyways, revisiting just these like classic German styles has been like really enjoyable recently. And honestly, with winter coming,
Heffenweiser, is that what you're talking about? Like those type of beers?
Well, Hefeweizen?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's a German wheat beer. It's a little kind of lighter, and I would say a little sweeter, maybe. Although maybe sweet's not the right word. I don't know how you would say it, Matt.
I mean, it's got the yeast characteristic there. It's a wheat beer, so I don't know if sweeter is necessarily, but it's a unique flavor.
Yeah, sweet's not the right word, but it's a different, like, as opposed to the Oktoberfest or like a Pilsner or a lager, which feels more just like, to me, clean, crispy, traditional beer that, like, with the Oktoberfest or whatever, there's just a little bit more emphasis on like the malty side of the flavor, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like a lager and a Pilsner is more, how would you even say it? I mean, it's not that you're even getting as much hop flavor as you do with IPAs, but it's definitely not the malty aspect. But it's just like a cleaner, crisper, kind of simpler thing, which has been like really enjoyable lately.
It's well done beer flavored beer.
Yeah.
I mean, and actually, Ethan, I caution you to look out for some West Coast Pilsners, which is a new thing that I'm seeing more of.
I've seen a couple of these at the store, and I haven't had them yet.
So they're dry hop pilsners, so you get that crisp, like grassy cut of a pilsner with also like a little bit of like a hint of fruitiness on the end. Human Robot did a couple that were really, really good.
Okay. A West Coast Pilsner. Yeah, I'll have to try one.
And so, guys, I'm not as versed with Fangraphs as I am with Baseball Reference. Is it WPA or WPS?
A.
Oh, you said S before.
No, he said A.
You did? Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have my ears clean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while you're cleaning your ears, I have a
Matt. Yeah, what do you got?
Special lolly cake from
looks like another half label.
Yep, from our friends at Other Half. It is delicious, very good. And I was debating, and I obviously went with Matt drink tonight, but I got pumpkin, and I had one. Yeah, I had one on Friday night with Evan, whom a friend of the show, Evan Matt, has met, and it was very delicious. My first one, good? Yeah, I checked one in 2021, and I'd have to imagine that was probably the last time I had one, and so yeah, it had been a little while, but
nice,
yeah, delicious.
Well, 2 days, Ethan.
Okay, sweet. I'm excited.
In 2 days, so
okay, very cool. Yeah. When did I check one in? I checked one in 2015, but that doesn't mean that was the last time I had one. But it's been years, so I'm excited.
Is that the one that we had together?
Probably in 2015. It must have been.
Jesus Christ.
You know? Yeah. That's hilarious. Nice. That's cool though. I'm glad that it held up, that you liked it, because I'm like a little nervous. I'm like, I haven't had one in years and I loved it so much. So maybe I'll wait to have it on the next pod, even though it'll be here. We'll see.
I mean, there's 3 different ones in there, so.
Oh, okay, all right. So I can do a little.
Wait, what do you mean?
There's pumpkin, there's coffee pumpkin, and then there's maple warlock.
Yeah, okay. Is one called Evan was
I remember having warlock once back in the day.
Yeah, I think it might be warlock. A caramel pumpkin instead of a coffee. I can't remember, but
okay, sweet. I'm excited. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, are you drinking anything before you tell us about WPA?
Just a Coke tonight.
Just a Coke tonight. Okay.
Just a Coke. Yeah, just relaxing the Tuesday night. You know.
Mm-hmm.
My routine's off this week, so yeah, we'll go with a little bit of a Coke Zero. And
the club is not going up on a Tuesday for Matt Root.
But yeah, so I'm assuming, yeah, WPA in LI is late innings maybe, but Cal Raleigh is 3.98 this year, and his WPA LI is 4.57. Judge is 4.84 in his late inning. I think it's WPA LI is 7. Oh, Judge is still there.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Not to take things down, but let's give a little shout out to David Fry for Cleveland. He just got hit in the face by a 99-mile-an-hour Tarek Skubal fastball.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like literally like 2 minutes ago.
Is he okay, or is he like bleeding everywhere?
I don't know. I'm watching like a highlight. It's not showing him. He's just lying on the ground with trainers there, and everybody looking like super concerned.
And I just saw Cleveland took the lead. It's 3-2.
Yeah, he's out of the game.
So. Oh, he was holding down a bunt, and he just didn't get out of the way, and it just went right to his fucking face.
Wow.
Holy shit. God damn. Wow, I hope he's okay. That's horrible.
Speaking of horrible, the Mets are losing 5-1 to the Cubs.
Wow, what a fucking collapse. God, I really feel bad for Mets fans. Oh my God.
No, don't feel bad for Mets fans.
No?
Don't. No, you're not allowed to. Fuck that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
They got gajillions of dollars. They spend it poorly, but they spend it.
Oh, man. But I would rather, I like the fact that Steve Cohen is actually trying and spending money, as opposed to, Cleveland, who we root for, who have these, cheap-ass fucking douchebag owners. You know?
I mean, we root for by association because of Matt.
That's
Otherwise,
true.
we would not root for Cleveland ever.
Go Cleveland.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I guess it really is just because of Cleveland, Matt. Okay. That makes me feel a little better. Man, that's crazy, though. What a fucking collapse. I mean, they might still eke out a playoff spot, but holy shit.
Yeah, because I think the Reds were losing. I'm trying to look at the
They're
scoreboard.
losing to Pittsburgh 4-2 right now.
Oh, yeah.
But I told you guys, I want to say, I told you that Tito would have a run at some point.
You did.
Now, the Guardians also had a run in them as well, but Tito fucking pulled it out again.
Yeah, I don't get it. Do the Reds even have anybody like really good this year besides for like that? That pitcher. I mean, he's been okay, but he hasn't been amazing.
On Cincinnati?
Ellie, yeah, like who on Cincinnati? Like Hunter Green, I think is good. Yeah.
Hunter Green's amazing.
But like one great pitcher, and then Ellie, yeah, he has 3.2 WAR. It's a good year. It's not great. He hasn't.
They have former All-Star catcher Jose Trevino.
That's true.
That's true.
Good vibes.
I wonder if his defense is as good as it was in 2021. Because his defense was like crazy good that year.
And then he was that good? No,
I'm pretty sure that was I thought the Platinum Glove year. I thought it was 21. But you're probably right, Kyle.
That long.
No? Okay, you're probably right.
No. Okay. Way. You got to look it up now, but there's
I'm looking it up.
Also,
no, he was with Texas in 21. It was 22. It was 2022. Okay, so actually I wasn't as far off as that.
Looking at their roster, I did not realize Miguel Andujar was on the Reds too.
Yep. Oh yeah, look at that, 28 games. Although I think he might be on the A's now. I think he started with the Reds and got or no, is it the other way around? Who did he start with?
The other way around.
The other way, yeah.
Okay, he got traded to the Reds. Okay.
Yeah.
And Gavin Lux, man, he never figured things out, huh? He was this big prospect with the Dodgers. He's on the Reds and he's worth negative 0.2 WAR.
Him and Volpe should start a support group.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, TJ Friedel and Ellie De La Cruz have both had like solid years as position players.
Who's the first one?
Okay, their pitching staff has actually been really good. That's the key. I'm looking at Baseball Reference. I've never heard of any of these guys except, well, actually I've heard of Brady Singer. Only because he was a prospect with the Royals. I haven't heard of anybody else but Hunter Green, but by Baseball Reference WAR, the Red staff has got to be one of the best in the majors. It's like shockingly good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Green went to how about that? Green went to the same high school as one Giancarlo Stanton.
Okay, and he's not even worth as much. They're by Baseball Reference, their best pitcher is Andrew Abbott. So, wow, yeah, the Reds are weird, and I don't know. Tito does seem to have some fucking magic or something, huh?
I mean,
so wait, so Matt, hold on.
Losing season, right? In like a decade.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Matt, tell us, as somebody who lived in Ohio for many years and lived in Kentucky near Cincinnati, you know, because essentially we could say that there's obviously we talk a lot about Cleveland, Matt, but we could say that a Cincinnati Matt exists. You know, you essentially lived in the Cincinnati metropolitan area.
That's true.
Is it worth it? I know you don't want to accept it, but it's true. Is it worth it to? He's making a face and groaning. Is it worth it to root for the Reds also the way we root for the Guards?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I never even went to a game. I was there for 4 years and never made it. That one was COVID, but like the ownership there is even more garbage than Cleveland. So now they are like, I think he was, at least for a little while, was the only owner that's not a billionaire.
Right.
Like he's only like a 500 millionaire.
Oh, only poor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the majority of his value is the team. Like the majority of his net worth is whatever the Reds are worth.
Right.
I don't know. I kind of found it hard to just get behind him, right? Like, and back then they were really, really in the dumps. But, yeah, I don't know. There's not the same passion as there was for the Guardians.
Yeah. Oh, also not to rain on the parade, but Tito had a losing season in his last year with the Guardians, 2023. Okay. 76 and 86. But before that, his last losing season was 2000 with the Phillies.
But was that the
pretty
year,
remarkable
his last year
run.
with the Guardians, where he had to walk away halfway through the season because of his health?
Well, it says 76 and 86, which is a full season.
I thought.
But did he walk away and they're just showing it on Baseball Reference?
I think they're showing the full season, but I mean,
even though he
left.
Leave. That might be right, Matt. You would know better. That might be right.
Yeah, how do they assign? Remember when Torrey had the colon cancer and Zimmer was manager in '99? Like, I wonder if I assume those wins go to Zimmer, right?
That's what I always assumed, but
like, it's different than getting tossed from a game and winning it, or possibly even being suspended. I think, like, when you're on a medical leave or something like that, like, you're not involved at all, so the win's got to go to someone else.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I would think.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out exactly how long away he was away from.
So how many years was he away from baseball? If 23, just one?
Yeah, just 2024, right? Was the only year he took off.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, good for him. But he must really love the game. Was the Phillies the only job he had, manager job he had before the Red Sox?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think that was all I just saw right now.
Those teams were terrible. That's like a classic example of you're never going to win, even if you're Joe Torre, if you don't have good players.
Yep.
Like, the Phillies had terrible players then. Of course they weren't going to win.
Yeah, of course.
Then he goes to Boston and
is great.
Good core.
He had a great team.
Yeah. Simple math, folks.
Simple math. It looks like David Fry exited the game. He was able to walk under his own power and was carted off the field. So that seems like a good sign.
Yep.
Okay.
Better than the alternative.
Better than the alternative. Yep, exactly right.
So Tito only missed 3 games in 2023. He missed more time in 2020 and 2021. That's where I am.
Oh, okay.
Things,
oh, wow. Was that long ago?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Can I go in a weird direction and then we can come back to baseball if we want?
No, do it.
You can do whatever you want.
All right, so I got a really weird thing for us to. I don't know that we've gotten.
Is this what you were going to ask? The question you were going to ask?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is pretty weird. We don't usually get this kind of bizarre on the pod. I go on my rants and stuff, and Matt does silly voices and faces. But so, anyways, a few nights ago, I texted the guys and I said, "Hey, I have a question I want to ask on the pod." And so it requires some background, though. It requires some context. So a few nights ago, I had a very vivid dream, and it featured none other than Mr. Matt Root. Colin, I don't know why you weren't there, but Matt happened to be there.
Nice.
And in this dream, I don't even think it was like a concert or a game or any like our usual events that we do together. I feel like we were actually in like some sort of church or something. That's what the building felt like to me. That's what it felt like. We weren't in the sanctuary. We were in like some side room. Okay. And so literally we're just chilling. Me and Matt are chilling. I don't remember exactly what's going on, but some like middle-aged guy who looks honestly not that clean. He's not like in a suit and stuff. He's not looking like really presentable. He looks a little schlubby. Okay. Some middle-aged guy comes over. He's like hanging out with us. And I think maybe we chat with him a little bit. I can't remember. But then he basically offers money to us. He offers to pay us to suck on one of our toes, and he offers like $80, and I said like no thanks, and in my head I'm like, that's super gross. I don't want some middle-aged man sucking on my toes even for $80. That's really gross. And Matt Dream Matt was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, $80. And so the question is, Matt, if some schlubby middle-aged guy offered you $80 to suck your toes, you don't have to do any sucking. He just sucks your toes and pays you. Would you do it?
You know, it's easy to say sitting here not in that situation. Yeah, sure, I'd take the $80.
Uh-huh.
But in the I don't know. Like, would there be like sanitized wipes afterwards and that I could readily available? And like, would he be filming it, or was it just like the three of us in the room?
In the dream, it was just the three of us, and this guy just really wanted to suck some toes.
And like maybe $800, but $80, I don't know. Like, Like,
well, what's funny about it is like
sliding scale. Like, everyone's got a sliding scale. Right?
Of course. And what's funny about it is like between me and you, like if either of us is going to do something gross for $80, like I'm way more likely. I'm a musician, and granted, yes, I shacked up with a physicist, so I'm not that poor anymore. But like in terms of money stuff, like my sliding scale, I feel like is going to be a lot lower than yours. But in this dream, I was like, ew, fuck no, that's disgusting. And you're like, oh yeah, sure.
I mean, I don't know, right? There's plenty of like cheap billionaires, so maybe like the money in the bank may not necessarily influence your because like
that's a good point.
There was a time when you wouldn't. How should I say this? Yeah, I'm gonna say there was a time when you didn't like showering in any shower that wasn't your own at home. So like, I can see like germophobia and being like, no way in hell, no matter what.
That was the main thing. Main thing. Yeah.
Maybe there's a sliding scale where like if it's over 100 million, like Ethan would say yes, and then if it goes up to like 1 billion, then Ethan would say no, just because of the principle. But I don't know.
Yeah. And
like I said,
Colin,
it's easy sitting in this chair going, yeah, whatever. Like, stuck on my toes, I'll take the money. But
yeah. But actually, in the moment, though, it would be difficult.
Yeah. If I was
that.
actually presented with that choice in real life, like,
you're just in time for toe sucking if you want to. Yulia was very excited at me presenting this scenario, and so okay. But Colin, to include you, since for some reason my subconscious didn't invite you to the dream, where do you stand? Would you accept the $80 from the schlubby middle-aged man?
I feel like $80 is too low.
Yeah, like right. But hey, you have two little kids. I mean,
150.
What about 150?
I could go on Craigslist and find someone for 150.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but this would be very convenient. You wouldn't have to go on Craigslist and make the posting. That guy's already there. He's ready right in that moment.
I wouldn't have to make a posting. There would be a posting to reply to.
Oh, yeah. Right. That's right. There'd be people like in search of somebody to let me suck their toes. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Now, what was my state of mind, Ethan? Was I drunk? Was I hungry? Was I tired?
That's a great question. Honestly, I feel like we were both sober and just like chilling. Like it was like totally normal. Like I don't think that we were super hungry. I don't think we were drunk. I don't think I was high.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Now, you said this was like a schlubby guy. Could this guy potentially been like Andrew Scott, maybe? Because if that was the case, that may change the whole equation there. Talented actor. Upcoming films include Wake Up Dead Man and
Blue Moon.
About the music guy that you like.
Yep. Blue Moon.
Blue Moon. But that could change things. Even if he is maybe looking a little disheveled, maybe looking a little schlubby. That then like maybe I'd pay him $80. Like I have met him in person, so
I agree that if it's Andrew Scott, that changes the calculation, and then also you have just set a new bar for Andrew Scott references on the pod. That was amazing. You're gonna be hard pressed to match that. Bringing Andrew Scott into the toe sucking scenario. That's amazing. That was really good.
This might be the most talked about thing since the merging rant that Ethan went on.
And then we'll have to make a mug where on like one side it's like something about merging lanes and billionaires, and then on the
Merging
other
into
side,
talk about Andrew Scott sucking on your toes.
yes, yeah, that was
Oh my
inspired.
goodness.
That was a high water mark for the pod. That was really great.
What have I done?
So anyways, that was it. I just like I woke up and I told Yulia and we were cracking up and she was like, "You have to talk about this on the podcast." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I have to." So
I just went to a AI image generator.
okay.
And put in actor Andrew Scott sucking on a toe. And it spit back out, the system detected potentially unsafe content. Please try again or adjust the prompt. I'm definitely, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be in trouble when certain people listen to this podcast tomorrow.
Oh man, amazing.
Too good.
All right, what else we got on the docket? I know it's hard to follow that up, but
Yeah. Jesus, how do you segue?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. There was some baseball shit I wanted to talk about actually. I mean, I'm sad that we're already in the last week of the season. I'm like kind of depressed about it.
The next time we pod, let's see.
We'll be like fully in the playoffs, won't we?
Playoff schedule. So the wild card games start on Tuesday.
This coming Tuesday already? Like a week from today?
1 week today. Regular season ends on Sunday. There's a day off on Monday for everybody, and then the wild card games start Tuesday, and then the division series starts on Saturday, October 4th. So if we end up potting, either Tuesday or Wednesday of the next week like normal, either the 7th or 8th, will be in like game 3 of division series for all the division series. So yeah, there'll be teams who made the postseason that have been eliminated. One of them could be the Yankees, because they could get a 1 seed. They also could be a wild card and everything. So still some things to figure out in this last week, but yeah, it's all happening quickly. I was trying to explain. I told Stella that yesterday was the last off day of the regular season, and then the postseason would start, and then eventually the Yankee season would be over soon. And she was like, "Wait, so the Yankees and Penn State play at the same time?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "But then the Yankees rest?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I guess kinda. Like Penn State will keep playing, and the Yankee season will end regardless if they go all the way or if they lose in the first round, whatever. And Penn State will still have games and everything. And it is that weird kind of year for me, or weird time of year, I should say, for me, where there's a huge game for Penn State this Saturday against Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is Penn State ranked right now, Kyle?
Now they're 3. They dropped a spot because they were idle, and Miami jumped them. No, yeah, Miami jumped them.
Okay.
Miami's number 2. And
now is Stella, if there was a Yankee playoff game and Penn State Oregon on at the same time, would Stella be conflicted about what to watch? Is she feeling like is she like a hardcore fan of both? Have you succeeded in your parenting so far?
As far as I know, baby Stella wasn't played radio recordings of famous Penn State games growing up. She's played radio recordings of famous Yankee calls. So, Colin, I should have not preempted you there. So.
No, that's good. That's true. I think, right,
true.
Kyle? I think that is true.
No, it's true. Yeah, I don't know what she would pick. It's hard because it's like, well, I mean, after this week, the games will matter as much. I guess you could say. Saturday, I don't know if the Yankee game is going to matter anything.
Yeah.
whereas the
big Penn State game. What is Oregon? Aren't they top 5 also, or top 10 at least?
6.
6.
Yeah,
Huge game. I might try to watch some of that. That's exciting.
Yeah, and it's a night game too. It's a whiteout. It'll be fun. It's a
Yeah.
perception thing, as much as anything. I mean, the one and dones in college football, that era's over. So Penn State could definitely recover, but
yeah,
they're kind of the modern day Clemson. Everybody used to say, "Oh, you're Clemsoning, like you're losing the big games." Every single time we think you're real, and then you lose the big game, and that's, for better or worse, been Penn State's MO for a while. I mean, at least they get to the big game, and everything, but they haven't been able to, squeak through. And it's like, it won't be the end of the world if they lose, but it'll definitely be very depressing, and it will feel 1,000 times better if they just go out and kick ass and win the game, and everything. So we'll see. I'm actually covering Charlotte FC that night, so I'll have the game on my phone while I'm watching the soccer
you'll be
game.
working. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just how the schedules shake out and everything. But it should be. Whew, Montgomery just hit a bomb.
I just saw it. Yeah, it was a bomb.
But yeah, no, I'm excited. I mean, it's so hard to talk about because it's September.
Yeah.
And yet it does feel like such a big game, and everything. And then it's like you kind of like turn off that sense of urgency during the regular season for baseball because it is so long, and it's like, oh, it's not a big game in June, it's not a big game in July, it's not a big game in August, and then all of a sudden it's the last week of September, and you're like, oh shit, okay, like the games matter again. They might not be playing a week from now, and everything, and it's such a weird difference in the way that the sports are played and everything. But I'm excited for the Yankees to hopefully settle their ticket here in a minute and get into the playoffs again and see what happens. But obviously my sports nirvana rests on Penn State winning a national championship, and
Yep.
yeah, that's what I'll say about that.
For the sake of the Cernelia family, I'm hoping that they finally have that year where they win those big games, and are they playing Ohio State this year?
Yep, November 1st.
And where they finally beat Ohio State, we'll see.
We shall see. It might be
Beaver
Indiana
Valley or the Horseshoe?
The hardest team to play on their
Beaver
schedule.
Stadium or the Horseshoe?
What?
What's that, Matt?
Are they playing in Beaver Stadium or the Horseshoe?
The Horseshoe.
Okay.
Sorry,
not that it matters. They haven't won since 2016, but there is a little bit of urgency because that with the new Big Ten and the way that they don't have a they're Penn State's one of the only teams that doesn't have it's not a rival. I forget but it's like a designated game that gets played every season, and so they're not playing Ohio State in the regular season for the next couple seasons. So that yearly matchup that they've had for so long, they were in the same division and everything, goes away after this year, and it would be an L9, L10 to be taken in if they don't end up in a rematch in the postseason or something like that. So at some point it's just like do factor, right? Like,
yeah,
they're due to win, but you also got to go out there and do it. So we shall see.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have a lot more opinions on all of this probably the next time we talk, because it's been hard to gauge it. Like, they haven't played great, but they've dominated. I mean, they played an FCS team, and then they took care of business in the other two non-conference games and everything. But James Franklin has also been pretty honest that they have not ramped up the way that they normally do, because they knew they had these cupcake games, and they had a lot of returning starters and everything. And they're like, they just don't need to be put through that kind of work and everything. And so in some ways, I've said this since day one, the season really does start on Saturday. I just hope it also doesn't end on Saturday as well.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know when your quarterback could be rolling out to the right and trip over the line and tear his Achilles.
Yep.
For Ethan, that's Steve Angeli, the quarterback for the Orange, did that.
Oh, really?
Rolling to the right, stepped awkwardly, tore his Achilles.
And they still beat Clemson somehow.
Oh yeah. To quote friend of the pod Matt Seemiller, he said this isn't close. Syracuse is taking the belt to them.
Wow.
So I wasn't watching, but he said they were whooping them.
Oh,
yeah. Whereas
I texted some Syracuse friends and I was like, "Are they going to get Dabo fired? Like this is bad."
Yeah, how about that? And then my CSU Rams got beat by UT San Antonio because they went for a 2-point conversion at the end of the game instead of trying to tie it, and they missed it, and they lost 17-16.
Nah.
Those analytics, they're killing the game.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's kind of depressing. But
I do like, though, like, speaking of analytics, like if say a team is down 2 touchdowns, like in the NFL, when they score the first one, you'll see them go for 2 a lot of the times now. Because I think the thought process is they're much more likely to convert on one of the 2-point conversions in that game. Yep. So if they miss it the first time, right, they have a chance to go for it again without being out of the game. Versus if they get it the first time, then they can just go for the high value go ahead extra point if they score again. Yep. When I kind of realized that, I was like, oh, that's kind of clever. I think the analytics must back that up.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously, I am not against analytics. I mean, I don't want them for everything, but...
the nerds are ruining sports. Who was that? Because Gossage? Was that Gossage?
Yeah.
Rub some dirt on it. I took amphetamine.
As soon as you said that, I started thinking of all of those 70 Yankees, like Nettles, and they're all so butthurt that they're not still involved in baseball because they can't keep up with the changing times.
Just pop some greenies, you'll be up all night.
I remember when the game was a game and you got to just play it.
Oh man, hilarious.
Not that he would be alive anyway, but man, imagine if Billy Martin was still around.
Oh, it would be hilarious to hear what he would have to say.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Should we talk about postseason hopes and expectations at all, or should we just wait until we're in the playoffs next time?
Well, I mean, if we want to talk specifically about the Yankees, we should do it now because they might not be here the next 7
years. I was gonna say, I have to say I don't have very much hope. No, not for this particular year. The bullpen is really bad, and that scares me because I feel like nowadays in baseball, this era of baseball, especially in the playoffs, I feel like the bullpen is so crucial. And this bullpen has been so inconsistent to shitty all year long that it really worries me. Unless the bats go on an absolute insane heater, because we do have a great offense. I mean, that's one thing we shouldn't take advantage of. We shouldn't take for granted. We mentioned this a little bit on the pod in a recent episode, but if you go and you look at the lineup, you have, I mean, how many people out of like 9 have an OPS plus above 100? I mean, it's something like 7, and that is really...
It was 8 or 9 at one point until Wells and Volpe tanked.
Yeah, but that's like, even 7 is amazing. Yeah, even 6 or 7 is really, really great. And so, like, this offense should not be taken for granted. It's not just Judge. Like, I certainly thought it was going to be Judge and a bunch of loose change, but it hasn't been. And so, like, the bats are good enough that if they are alive during the postseason, that even with a shitty bullpen, we could still do okay. But the bullpen really scares me. I think is the biggest thing.
Caballero's OPS plus, by the way, since joining the Yankees, is 52 points higher than Volpe's. So,
oh my god, wow! I mean, I feel bad for Volpe. You know, like we heard about this torn labrum and shit, and I wonder if, and I mean, he's playing, he's on deck right now. I wonder if they should have just put him on the fucking IL a long time ago. Like, I don't. I mean, we don't know the degree of the injury, but I wonder about it.
I don't know. I mean, the bullpen definitely worries me too. As we know, it's one of those positions that probably changes like the most severely at any given point. So they could also just be fucking lights out. But
Devin Williams might find it again.
Yeah, it could be like the opposite of what happened to Cleveland last year, right? In the championship series.
Well, so and it's funny because I mean Williams has had a terrible year. I've never understood why Leiter gets as many innings as he has. And I just looked it up actually. He's got a lower WAR than Williams now.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's crazy.
-0.6.
Jesus. Oh, that's really bad. I didn't realize that.
Williams is only -0.4.
Wow.
I think he just gives them a different look than.
I mean, they talk about his splitter being great, but
right.
I just never I don't know why. I don't know why he gets innings over.
I mean, if he's at -0.6, it doesn't matter how good that splitter is. Clearly, he's not using it effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's pathetic. Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I would say overall, it'd be really disappointing if they can't make the division series.
Yes, I agree with that.
If they can get further than that, I think we're playing with house money, if you want to say that as a Yankee fan. But, anything can happen. And once you get in, that's the biggest thing. Just get in. And looks like they're going to do that. So, take it from there and see what happens. But it's been a fun season. I mean,
definitely.
Judge and Belly and Rice and
Jazz
come back and Jazz. I mean, that top six is.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. It's been awesome. And what was I going to say? Is Belly a free agent? I can't remember. Or do we have him for another year?
He's got to opt out. Yeah.
So he'll definitely opt out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now he's sitting at 4.9 B WAR. He'll probably finish the year at 5+. I mean, that's an all-star level season. That's a really good year. I'm happy for him. I like Belly a lot. I honestly, I hope we re-sign him. I really like him.
Yeah. So what I've been reading, the predictions are, it's either Belly or Grisham. We'll re-sign one of the two, and I mean, I think you have to go with Belly.
I think so too. I'd rather get both.
Grisham goes out and gets paid.
Yeah.
I feel like if we don't sign him, inevitably he's gonna be one of those people that rakes whenever he plays against the Yankees. But
yeah. I guess the idea is to give. Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
Either way, I hope he gets paid.
Yeah. And I guess the idea then is to give Dominguez like a full season as a starter next year, right? If you're not going to bring both of those guys back, because we have the money to bring back Belly and Grisham. I don't think Grisham is going to. Belly, he'll be able to command, I think, a decent deal. Grisham this year is like kind of a fluke in his career. I don't think he's all of a sudden going to get some amazing offer. Like, I think he'll get way more than he ever would have imagined, but I don't think he's going to get a huge offer. Like, I think we could afford both of them, but I'm imagining they just want one of those three. They want left field basically to go to Dominguez. Is that my guessing right? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean Grisham's he is the number 2 on the team with home runs this year. So
I know, it's wild. Yep. But his OPS and his OPS plus are slightly lower than both Jazz and Ben Rice. It's interesting. They're more complete hitters, I think. But yeah.
Although Jazz strikes out a lot. I never kind of realized that.
He does strike out a lot. Mm-hmm. But 30-30, he's got that swagger and that personality. I fucking love Jazz. I'm really glad we have him. And by the way, I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but his numbers since we traded for him in like the if you calculate it to like his first 162 games of since we traded for him, absurd in terms of like it's like Eric Davis style power and speed in terms of like stolen bases and homers. I wish I could remember the exact numbers, but dude loves playing in New York. Like he's been really good for us.
He's the anti-Gallo.
I was literally just gonna say that.
Amazing. He is the anti-Gallo. Absolutely. That's funny.
Wow. You can tell we hang out a lot.
So I got a quick at the pace Judge is going versus the pace Giancarlo's going. Who do you think potentially gets to 500 first?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I think Judge is almost at, but he's at 364. So
yeah, he's at 364 and G is at 450, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 450 on the nose. Wow, that's a good question.
I'd still pick G.
Would you?
I mean, G's the the one that makes sense, and Judge is 33. So
yeah, I think I still pick G also. Even if he's hurt and plays like half seasons the next couple of years, he'll still hit like 25, 30 homers. How much longer can Judge keep hitting 50 plus homers a year? I mean, he doesn't show any signs of slowing down. He's still amazing, but I just wonder, like, I could see him doing it next year again. And so that'll bring him up to, 415 ish. But can he do it again that next year? Whereas, like, G's already at 450. I feel like within 2 years, realistically, he could be at 500. I don't think it'd be that hard for him to hit 25 homers a year, even with his injuries. Granted, he's only at 21 this year in 71 games, so maybe not.
Yeah, as long as his biceps don't blow up. Right?
Yeah.
Now, what's probably going to happen, though, I can't see us keeping G when he's 38.
Yeah.
I can see us buying him out. So
yeah, just
you've essentially got 2 more years of G.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So like I'd hope if he wasn't at 5, like if he was at 490, I'd hope someone would pick him up. Hell, I'd hope the Marlins would toss him some money. Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Marlins are paying us $10 million the next 3 years.
I mean, nobody picked up A-Rod, and he only had 4 to.
I know, but he was such a pariah at that point, though. I think that's the big thing. He was just like so hated.
But the Marlins would have definitely made money.
They would have. That's true. I don't know why they didn't do it. It's a good point. But I feel like people would pick up G because he doesn't have that same problem.
No.
Did A-Rod want to go to Miami? Like,
yeah, maybe they gave him an offer.
I don't make sense, but I could also see him being like, huh.
Like, no thanks.
Yeah. I don't.
Humidity is not good for my Centaur Minotaur poster.
Or
painting or whatever it is.
That's right, the painting. Yeah, hilarious.
The painting. Yeah, I would just pick G just because he's closer. I think both will obviously slow down. It's just father time, but
yeah, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent toward the end of the episode. But,
yeah, no, I do think Judge could very likely end up with more career homers.
Oh, I think that will happen. I think he'll end up with more in his career, unless his body starts to fall apart like Mike Trout style. Yeah. I think that will happen.
So here's actually the other thing I noticed, or I thought of the other day. Trout and Judge are the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that so insane?
Weird. Yeah, now Trout's got way more years in the majors.
Yep.
But
who's got more WAR now?
It's still Trouty, but Judge, because I just saw something about this the other day. Trouty is around 80, like low 80s, and Judge is around
Judge's 162 game average is now higher than Trout's.
160 game average, yeah. But in terms of cumulative, Judge is at 61.5 by Baseball Reference.
Okay.
And Trouty is at 87. So still a decent gap there. But honestly, the way things have been with Trouty's injuries and everything, and how Judge is like still right smack dab in the middle of his prime. I mean, you could see Judge realistically overtaking Trouty in career WAR by the time it's all said and done, which, I mean, that would have been unfathomable 5 years ago. You know? It's so crazy.
That's why you play the games.
Uh-huh. For real.
Yeah, it's been, well, we might have to do we're at the end, so I don't want to, especially something depressing as Mike Trout having a relatively full, healthy season, but being
not good.
Not good.
Yeah.
It might require some more airtime during the off season when we have less topics to talk about. But
yep.
Yeah, crazy to think that what he 2012 was his debut, right? Or 11?
Yeah. Well, he debuted in 2011, but his rookie year was 2012.
Yeah. So, I mean, but same thing though, because Judge debuted in 16 first, full. So, you give Trout a 5-year head start there, a handful of years, and obviously the Hall of Fame generational years, and Judge did not have that for his first 5 years. So he had the great rookie year, obviously, but then there were injuries for 18, 19, 20, and then 21 I think was the first year he got healthy again.
Yep.
And he still didn't have like he did, starting in 22, but
yeah, he was very good in 21, but he was not like otherworldly like he has been since 22.
Yeah. Just amazing.
Yep. Yep. Baseball's a crazy game.
It's like a fine wine.
And by the way, I'll end on a happy thing. This showed up on, and actually this can be my shout out. Shout out to friend of the pod and my favorite nonfiction writer, as we all know, Joe Posnanski. This showed up on my Facebook memories today. I think yep, 4 years. He was on our pod 4 years ago, almost to the day. It would have been, I guess, the night before or whatever, right? But it has been just about 4 years exactly since Joe Paz came on the pod, and I'll never forget how excited I was and how shocked. I couldn't believe it. And I remember Toddy texting me like the next day being like, "You were wine rack excited." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I was." I don't know that I've ever been wine rack excited another time, but meeting Joe Paz, having him on our podcast for a fucking half an hour, you guys. He hung out with us and chatted about baseball for a half an hour. We're two random nobodies. He is like one of the world's most famous and decorated sports writers. When all is said and done, he will go down as one of the greatest sports writers in history. He is a really busy guy. And he hung out with us for a half an hour on a fucking random Wednesday night. I will never get over that. It's fucking amazing. So
now I have to say this because I know I'm not the Joe Paz fan that you guys are, but you said you were two random nobodies hanging out with
3.
Joe Paz. You said
Didn't
2.
I say 3?
No, roll the tape back. You
Colin,
said
what did I
random
say?
Nobodies.
Okay. No. Because Matt misheard Colin before. I think Matt misheard me now too. Matt's been traveling a lot. He's tired. He's not hearing very well. All right. Hey, listen, brother Jeremy, text me tomorrow after you listen to this. Let me know if you heard me say 2 or 3, and let us know.
Say roll that beautiful.
Well, what were you going to say, Matt? Huh?
I said, roll that beautiful bean footage. I heard 2.
So what were you going to say? Me and Colin are the two nobodies, but you're a somebody? Is that?
No. I was just going to say thank you for excluding me from, your best memories ever. I guess I don't count as
it's a trade-off. You got to be in the
podcast.
Yeah,
you got to be in the toe sucking dream. So
yeah,
it's it's a trade-off.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All is forgiven.
Yeah.
Aren't you lucky, Matt? Well, my shout out goes to the New York Mets, who just tied the game at 6. They were down 6-1, and
don't shout them out. Fuck them.
Wow,
no.
really? They tied it up?
No.
I'm hoping it's the reverse jinx. Okay.
No.
I'm being nice.
No. Don't even give them attention. Don't even give energy into the universe. What's that called? Reiki, right? They just energy, like whatever. Don't do that. Like they're the Mets. They're the fucking Mets.
All right. Fair enough.
The only thing that I ever liked about the Mets, other than Darryl Strawberry, was seeing Stephen Colbert sing the national anthem there.
That was cool.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought you were gonna say the apple that goes up and down.
Oh
no.
Even that,
Yeah. Yeah. All right, boys. Well, who wants to say it?
We are
sucking toes.